So, the Demon List recently banned the Show Hitboxes on Death tool in Mega Hack for supposedly giving an unfair advantage in certain circumstances. I don't often play Extreme Demons, but I do have the opinion that this ban is kinda unnecessary. Not so much that it's a bad thing, but more so that it's pointless and this can be easily circumvented, and I don't really think the hack gives that much of an advantage to really be fussing about at all. I'm not going to get into my thoughts on it any deeper because that's not what the video is about, but if you want to know more, feel free to drop a comment and ask me questions about it, and I'll be sure to reply if I can. But leading off of that, I wanted to go through every tool in the latest release of Mega Hack and rank them on a scale of 1 to 10 for how much of an advantage they provide or how much I think they should be banned for legitimate completions. Where 1 is totally allowed, doesn't provide any advantage at all, and 10 is definitely should be banned, obvious advantage over any non-Mega Hack players. Note, this won't cover any extensions that are made for Mega Hack that people can download, only tools that are in the vanilla version of it. Alright, let's hop in. Just about none of the tools in this category would be disallowed because as far as I remember, literally none of them affect actual in-level gameplay, but we're gonna blitz through them for completion's sake. Backup stars limit. Anyone who has Mega Hack has more than 10 stars anyways. Basement key bypass. This saves you 12 seconds. Challenge bypass. Mobile players that don't use Google to look up the vault codes are crying right now. Character filter. Text doesn't affect gameplay. Demon gauntlet. There are probably people out there who'd argue that your Demon Gauntlet completion is invalid if you didn't unlock it legitimately. Gatekeeper Vault, no. Guard Vault, no. Icons, there's probably a very weak argument to be made here. Keymaster Basement, no. Keymaster Vault, no. Load Failed, literally allows you to actually play levels when they fail to load. Main levels, I can't get the third coin in Polargeist. Potboar Shop, no. Scratch Shop, no. Shop items.
When I popped off, then your girl gave me just a little bit of mono.
Slider limit. My volume slider is permanently stuck at 500%. Text length. Treasure room. No. Most of these, as you could guess, don't affect gameplay, but again, we're just gonna run through them all for the sake of doing everything. Accurate percentage. I want to see if I die at 69.6969%. Classic particles. This is the smallest visual change on Earth. Coins show uncollected. If anything, this makes the level harder because the transparent coins become solid again. Collect coins in practice. Totally cosmetic change, coins don't actually collect. Dash orb color split. I guess maybe you could argue it's unfair because it tells you which dash orbs are green or pink. But to be fair, in order to actually process that information in a run without already knowing it, you would need light speed reflexes. Force don't enter. This only affects the far right side of the screen, aka not where the player is. Force don't fade. Ditto, but with the left side of the screen. Force objects invisible. I think this should be banned, but not because it makes the level easier, but because it makes it way harder. It does also show some invisible objects with an outline, but regardless, overall this is just a buff and no one would ever play with it on anyways. Hide attempts. Attempts are for nerds. Hide checkpoints. Only affects practice mode. Hide pause button. Is affected by an in-game setting, not relevant. Hide pause menu. There's been a hefty amount of pause menu controversy this year, and this would probably only exacerbate it in my opinion. Hide player. Another one of those ones that makes the level exponentially harder. Would probably be banned anyways though because it would be impossible to verify runs without seeing the icons, so you wouldn't know if they were no clipping or something. Inversed trail. Doesn't really affect gameplay. Mini cube icon. Nope. No background flash. Maybe you could argue background flashes factor into a small part of the level's difficulty. I don't know. No dash trail. I don't know, this is such a small change, but I guess it does remove something visually. No death effect. Only people who agree with the Show Hitboxes on Death ban might think this one shouldn't be allowed. No effect circle. Almost unnoticeable. No force player glow. This doesn't even affect most players anyways. No ghost trail. No idea what this means, but if it affects the trail then it's probably nothing helpful. No glow. This doesn't do what you think it does. No hide trigger. Most people don't use this obviously, but this would definitely not be allowed. No mirror. If levels for some reason use the mirror portal, then this would negate half the difficulty from that alone. No new best pop-up. Only affects the game after you die, so not really a factor in difficulty. No orb ring. It's one of those buff hacks, if anything. No particles. I'm sure there's at least one level where this would make a difference somehow. No portal lightning. Same as the no background flash thing. No pulse. This one has the same effect as playing without music. No respawn flash. It's an advantage for the first half second of the level. No robot fire. Minor cosmetic change. No spider dash. Ditto. No wave pulse. Ditto. No wave trail. Makes wave parts harder. Maybe would be list banned because it affects the gameplay visually. No wave trail behind. Ditto. Practice pulse. Only affects practice mode. Show total attempts. Affects the attempts text and nothing else. Solid wave trail. I'm out of ways at this point to say that this barely affects the gameplay at all. Spider bug fix. A quality of life bug fix. Stable pulse. Ditto. Stop triggers on death. About as much of a hack as show hitboxes on death since it helps you see what you died to. Trail always off. Cosmetic! Trail always on. Ditto. Trail bug fix. Another quality of life fix that it should be a default thing. Wave trail bug fix. Ditto. Wave trail on death. If I have to say something is cosmetic one more time, I might just... Okay, so this is like 99% editor hacks, so I'm just going to put the ones on screen as they come up that are related to the editor only, because I don't feel like going through them all and saying ditto 100,000 times. Absolute position. Absolute scaling. Anti-kick. This lets you open up really large levels, which I think is fine because, you know, it allows people to even play them. Color ID bypass. Copy hack. Custom object bypass. Default song bypass. Editor extension. Free scroll. Group ID bypass. Hide preview line. Hide UI. Hitbox bug fix. Level edit. No copyright mark. No death X. No editor trail. Object bypass. Place over. Playtest zoom bypass. Rotation hack. Scale snap bypass. Smooth editor trail. Toolbox button bypass. Verify hack. This is used for the editor and creation process technically, but if a list daemon got verified like this, it would obviously be banned. So... Z order bypass. Zoom bypass. These actually have something to do with the level in some manner. So we're actually going to go through all the ones in this category. 0% practice complete. I see no reason why this should be banned, as a 1 attempt practice run from 0 is literally the same thing as just beating it. Anti-crash trigger. Definitely fine, prevents crash triggers, which in of themselves I think aren't allowed in list levels. Auto clicker. Definitely not. I've never used this, but if there was a scenario where it became useful in some level with wave spam or something, then this would be pretty unfair. Auto deafen. Some people are allowed in voice calls. This is a warranted hack. Auto kill. I mean, I guess it would be banned. Like, it's impossible to rank this one because you literally cannot beat levels with it. Auto low detail mode. Some people have bad computers. It happens. Auto music sync. You could argue that music can throw a player off by being too hyper or something, so this could maybe affect that in some levels. I don't know, I'm grasping at straws here. Auto no auto retry. No problem here, it only affects the level after a death. Auto pick up coins. Yeah, this one quite literally just gets coins for you. Wouldn't invalidate a completion, but it would definitely get you like leaderboard banned. Auto practice mode. I have no clue what this one does, but from the name alone, I'm gonna assume it wouldn't be list banned because practice mode completions don't count anyways unless it's from 0%. Auto song download. Doesn't affect the level. Ball rotation bug. Brings back a goofy cosmetic bug. No problems here. Checkpoint lag fix. Mostly irrelevant because this affects practice mode, but still. Confirm exit. This should be a base game option. Corrective music sync. Almost the exact same as auto music sync. Everything hurts. Again, like auto kill, I guess this wouldn't be allowed, but it's irrelevant to say that because you can't beat levels with this on unless they're empty levels. Force block type. Changing spikes into blocks? Yeah, safe to say that'd be banned. Although this also makes all decoration blocks solid, so you couldn't really beat any levels made past like 1.3 with this on anyways. Frame stepper. Geometry dash task tool. Freeze attempts. This one is fine, all it does is just make your stats inaccurate. Freeze player. Again, I guess this would be banned, but you literally cannot move, so beating levels is irrelevant here. High FPS rotation fix. Anything that has to do with FPS is a touchy subject. Personally, I think this is fine. Hitbox multiplier. Messes with the way the default game and its levels work, so, you know, probably wouldn't be allowed. Ignore escape. The opposite of confirm exit. Instant complete.
Do I need to say it?
Jump hack. Without a doubt, if you're jumping to the moon, then your record isn't getting accepted. No hitbox. Taking away all the hitboxes on a level. Surely that's allowed, right? No solids. I'm gonna entertain the minuscule possibility that some levels could be allowed with this, assuming they use literally no solid platforms. No spikes. Nope. No clip. Huh. Interesting. Player 1, Player 2 input mirror. You could argue that it changes a default mechanic, but it's just a quality of life thing. Keybinds, essentially. Player 1, Player 2 input switch. Ditto. Pause countdown. Maybe. I mean, I don't think this is, like, that helpful. The biggest and really only argument I've heard against this is that it allows buffer clicks out of pausing, which is no good. Pause during complete. I mean, if you want to risk exiting out of the level at 99.9%, then go right ahead. Practice bug fix. Only affects practice mode, so this is fine. Practice music hack. This should be a vanilla feature. Replay last checkpoint. Again, only a practice mode thing, so yeah, all good here. Reverse inputs. While I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong about this, it does change like the only core mechanic of the game, which is clicking or tapping, so this would probably be banned, even though it's like 100 times harder to do this than playing anything normally. Show hitboxes. Invalidates levels like Invisible Deadlocked and some memory levels. Show hitboxes on death. Maybe we should just stay away from this one. I don't see anything wrong with it personally, but as I said before, feel free to ask me my detailed thoughts about it in the comments, and I'll be sure to reply with a 3,000-word essay. Show layout. Unless the level itself is a layout, good luck getting this one by the list team. Show level password. Show trajectory. Yeah, probably banned as well, although it doesn't matter much anyway, since 1, it lags your game sometimes when using it, which is essentially speed hack, and 2, good luck actually using it in a helpful way during a run. Smart start pause. Good for practicing, doesn't affect real runs at all. Start pause switcher. Yeah, same thing. Void click bug fix. I think this is a good quality of life fix, but I can see some people arguing that it's too much of an advantage, so it should be banned. Mostly the same people who think that pausing in a level should be banned too. Most universal hacks don't even come close to relating to a level, but, you know, completion is sake, so here we go. Allow low volume. Unless having your volume slider work properly is an advantage in a level, I'd say this is fine. Auto backup. Saving your data is a one-way ticket to a list ban, surely. Auto safe mode. This prevents you from using list ban hacks to actually beat a level, so this is good, I think. Fast Alt-Tab. Nothing to do with gameplay. Force visibility. I don't even know what this means, but it's probably fine. Free window resize. Maybe if you're able to resize your window in some weird way that somehow makes a level easier than it would be at the normal size, then it'd be banned. But other than that, I don't really see any other reason to. Lock cursor. Good quality of life fix. Mute on unfocus. Sound doesn't affect gameplay. No menu music. I hate Geometry Dash menu theme by Rob Top on Newgrounds! No rotation. Doesn't affect actual gameplay or hitboxes, but it's a pretty drastic visual change, so I guess it'd probably be banned. No transition. Affects menus, not gameplay. Pause on unfocus. Good quality of life fix. Pitch shifter. Unless you think music affects gameplay, this is fine. Safe mode. This is the hack that literally prevents accidentally beating a level using any of these bannable hacks. Safe mode on its own doesn't affect anything. Transition customizer. Affects menus, purely cosmetic. Transparent background. Not a fan of this one, but it doesn't actually do anything to gameplay or the level. Transparent lists. Ditto. And finally, because it isn't in any category and actually has its own little spot in Mega Hack, and I feel the need to put this in, otherwise people are going to yell at me in the comments. Speed Hack. Obviously not allowed because it can make levels way easier, or I guess harder in some cases. Whew. That was quite the ride. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed me saying ditto a million times. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a sub because I'm trying to hit 100K sometime before I have grandchildren. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.